I've got sunshine.
Do you?
On a cloudy day.
Yeah, you do.
When it's cold outside.
I've got the month of
Oh, March.
You know what?
I
think we could sing this because
you-
these are all the wrong lyrics.
Yes, they are.
in
That's
a
my
horrible
specialty.
tone.
Yes.
That is actually a
That's
show
what,
coming
9
to
years
WAFB
now,
Plus.
karaoke.
Exactly. Liz Coe sings the wrong lyrics.
Yes.
This is going to blow you away.
It's
a show
terrible.
in the making. And it's going to be terribly awesome. So
Thank you
welcome
for
to
believing in
9
me.
News Now. Welcome to WAFB Plus on this
Yes.
Friday. You can tell we kind of got a little Friday feel going.
Yes.
But there is really a lot to get to, setting you up for today and walking you through the weekend.
Yeah, the big thing this weekend, so a lot of you may want to check your bank accounts
right.
this weekend because President Joe Biden signed that American Rescue Relief Plan yesterday, which means some of you may be seeing those stimulus checks hit your bank accounts this weekend.
So, like you and I were right here yesterday, this
Yeah.
time, yesterday, talking about tomorrow, today, and that's when he was going to sign it. Nope. Ended up signing it yesterday, a little bit quicker than most folks thought he was going to. So as you said, a lot of those checks, those $1,400 checks, or for couples that much more, just double it up, that kind of thing, could be in that bank account. It was all, and you had, of course, the press secretary, White House press secretary, say, and we've talked about this as well, those who might get it as early as this weekend were those who had their direct file number on account, the IRS, so it's just easy right into the account.
That's it. That's how the last rollouts have been. Everyone who did direct deposit, and that's the incentive there. They already have your banking
Right,
information.
exactly.
You don't need to send it to them again. So keep an eye out for that.
Vaccination opportunities
Yes.
are huge this weekend. Actually, our Callie Hubbard was out this morning talking about one of them, and that's just one of them. There's a number of them. in fact.
Yeah, so let's start with the one Callie talked about. The big one, 4 churches in Scotlandville are coming together from this. And what's cool is that they're from different denominations.
Exactly right.
The common goal is to make sure people in underserved communities get vaccinated. So Greater Mount Carmel Baptist Church is where it's going to happen tomorrow. You do need to register because there are a limited number of vaccines. And she has a story up here talking about where you can go to register. There we go. That is the story. It's going to be a drive-through vaccine clinic, as many of these are, but the goal is to just get as many people vaccinated as possible.
Right.
Again, you do want to call and schedule an appointment ahead of time.
They got another one actually going on today as well.
Zachary. Yes.
Actually started at 8 o'clock this
Yeah.
morning. They're going to run it till noon. Got about 400 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And that was one of those that you could actually register on site. Right?
You're
And
right.
so that was a lot of, that was going to pull a lot of people in.
Yeah.
We actually have a photographer on the way right now to kind of get some shots of what that looks like. But 400 doses, the hope is that goes kind of quick. Going to run until noon.
Yeah, and remember, the key thing about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, 1 dose. So you only have to go 1 time. You don't
Exactly
have
right.
to reschedule a second dose appointment.
LSU as well. That's coming up this weekend.
On Sunday,
big
I
site.
believe.
That's exactly right.
800 vaccination slots available, but you do need to pre-register for that. And if you already have, you should have received an email with the link confirming your appointment.
Okay, so from that to the biggest city in the state, opening up
Ooh,
a
yeah.
little bit more, beginning today, in fact. It's one of the top stories. It's actually the top story right there.
Yeah.
The modified phase 3 for NOLA.
Yeah, this is a really big deal because, again, Mayor LaToya Cantrell was holding New Orleans back even when the whole state moved forward into phase 3 when Governor Edwards announced that earlier this week. And then Mayor LaToya Cantrell said, well, our positivity rates are good enough where we can move into a modified phase 3. So if we pull up some of the things that will be allowed here, take a look here. So when we move into this new phase starting today, you may see maybe Bourbon Street a little bit busier because the restrictions and the capacity limits are going to change. So if you plan on going out to dinner tonight, well, it's going to be more packed.
Exactly right. Those restaurants are allowed to have more folks in them. You can see 75%. Those gatherings, depending on if they're outside or inside, they're limited. Inside is 75 people. If it's outside, you just kind of double it up to 150. And the sporting events also, we saw more people. Smoothie King Center last night for an awful loss by the Pelicans. We'll just leave it right there. But also live music venues. The ability to have that again and have people there. Just got to follow the state and local guidelines as that happens.
That's it. And as we kind of roll into this modified phase 3, we're still wearing masks.
We are.
We're still
That's all
social
that-
distancing and
Exactly.
washing our hands. You want to show them a live look right now of Bourbon
let's go ahead and
Street?
pop that up.
Just to see how different it'll look come maybe, 12 hours from now?
So that's bourbon-ish right now. The Earth Cam there, if you know that, we kind of show that every once in a while. Hello, fella on a bike.
Look at him strolling.
Exactly. That's probably going to be a little bit busier. You got to imagine as this evening rolls on, as the weekend. Hey, look, a commercial. So there's a Nintendo Switch convention apparently going on in New Orleans.
I promise we're not sponsored by them.
No, we are not. We are. We are not sponsored by them. What happened? There we are.
There we go.
But we could be. I hear they have big money. Nintendo.
I mean, yeah.
Want to spend some money on 9 News Now?
We will use the Switch to operate 9 News Now.
Email
if you
Johnny
are so willing. Please.
He's our treasurer.
Yes, he is.
Which is probably why you don't see any of the money ever. But this is big news.
Yes.
When we talk about it, finally the entire state into some form of phase 3.
Big deal for economy, for the business owners there who are just excited to see more people in, welcoming them back safely.
We, this morning, led off with some heartbreak. A story that we've been following for a little while now, a story that a lot of folks out there have been sharing on social media, everybody hoping for a much better outcome than one we got.
Yeah, so this is a nursing student. I believe it's Marquise Jones here. He was a missing Southern University nursing student who's from the Slidell area. He was last seen on February 26th. And for the last week, a lot of people have been searching for him. They found his car in the New Orleans area. And it was just yesterday that a boater was in Lake Pontchartrain in the Orleans-Jefferson Parish line and found a body. And it turned out to be the body of Mr. Jones.
Yeah, we first got kind of confirmation from the family yesterday, and then that was confirmed by law enforcement as well. So this begins another chapter of now grieving for the Southern University community, his family and friends. Not sure right now of the circumstances leading up to the death, how the young man died. That's going to obviously come out a little bit later. We know it's something that you guys are going to be following. And we'll make sure, we'll follow that obviously very closely and make sure everybody knows, but that's just heartbreak last night and into this morning.
Certainly thinking about the family and his colleagues.
Okay, as we step our way through Friday, right, look, on Mondays, we start looking forward to the weekend, right? And Dr. Steve has been kind of preparing us for it. This is what you got right now, 70 degrees as you walk out the door, and as you plan that weekend of yours, there you go. I mean, look what's coming.
I know. So that's the key thing here is you want to have two things, right? An umbrella and the WAFB weather app. That thing will let you know you will personally hear Jay Grimes tell you that lightning has been detected in your area.
Take cover!
He doesn't say that.
Find a bunker!
But he does tell you when lightning's coming.
Can we change it?
I don't know. Can we customize what he says?
Let's work on that.
Okay.
I figure we know people.
Put a request in. Yeah.
Can I have
Let's
like
ask
Jay
the
Grimes like
higher-ups.
literally saying,
Ask the weather guy.
grab the cushions!
Oh, grab the cushions.
I don't even know what that means, but I just...
Could you imagine that coming from your phone?
And if I could set it up on my wife's phone without her knowing.
Oh, no, Matt.
No.
Elena, just warning you. You may get Jay just shouting random things to you.
May need a place to stay after. Lock the doors!
Oh, no.
But no, it is actually looking pretty good over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
A little bit of something maybe on Sunday that Steve has been telling us about.
Yeah.
But again, just keep the app handy, the 9 News weather app. Obviously, 9 Alert weather app up to the minute, up to date.
Something Steve has also been warning us about that I am personally dreading.
Yeah.
We have to change our clocks on Sunday because we are springing forward, which means we're losing an hour of sleep.
Right.
The payoff here is that we get beautiful sunsets that are later into the night.
Sure.
We don't get to enjoy them because of when we sleep.
Correct.
But the rest of you do.
Right. I hate you all. No, I don't. I don't at all. But yeah, so this is why blackout blinds were invented.
Yes.
Certainly in my house.
Shift workers.
So exactly. And so that sunrise is going to be a little bit later, which is fantastic. Obviously, when you get down here, you really do get to enjoy them. I hope you get to enjoy them.
Yes.
We will get to enjoy them on the weekends.
Yes, we will.
But that happens this Sunday, early Sunday morning. When you go to bed Saturday night, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Johnny was telling me earlier, they've already been moved ahead in his house.
He does it 2 days earlier?
Well, yeah, apparently somebody did for him. And I'm like, that's just, so today you're already going into
ludicrous.
It's just to get him ready, I guess.
So if someone says, Johnny, I'm coming to your house for breakfast at 9, and they show up, wow.
Right. Just have the mimosas ready, I guess.
Oh, I like a person who's prepared. That's great.
I do too.
That
Johnny's
is great.
always
He's
prepared.
our kind of guy.
Is that the boyfriend?
Yes. And also another reminder, while you do that, change and check your fire smoke detector batteries, your fire alarm, all of those things. It's a good time to check it when we change their clocks back or forward. Right?
While you're doing that, go ahead and check the batteries. Where are we? Sports.
Sports.
A little bit of something going on.
Lots of things, I feel like.
This actually just happened.
Yeah.
This actually just happened.
You
We
and
talked
our
about this right
executive
quick.
producer were just talking about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
so the Saints still trying to fight their way underneath the salary cap. They started at nearly like $50 million over
it
this
was
thing.
like, what, Monday?
How do you, exactly. And the cap this year is about 8% lower. It's like $182 million, which is a lot of money. But they had to figure out how to get under it.
Yeah.
No, the deadline's coming up. Just restructured. Michael Thomas's contract, he had signed that, if you recall, 5-year, nearly $100 million contract. Just kind of restructured a little bit for him, saving them about $8.5, maybe $9 million this year. So they are now, I believe, about $17 million still over, but making some moves. So that was big, just this morning.
Yeah, we'll see what else comes out of that in the days to come.
How about Alec Box tonight?
Baseball. LSU baseball is back after, what is it? Who did they play on Wednesday?
Well, they had Texas Southern on Tuesday, right? And then they traveled down to UNO on Wednesday. A couple of wins.
They were supposed to play Baylor this weekend, but Baylor decided to stay home to play
Bears.
Yes. So instead, University of Texas San Antonio is coming to town, and their mascot is the Roadrunner. So I learned today that the hand signal that they do is like the hang 10 symbol.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. That's what the fans are doing in their tailgating videos. How do you associate that with the Roadrunner?
I don't know either. I mean, for Roadrunner, obviously, don't you mean something like a big Acme safe and like a coyote?
Dynamite blowing up, all of that.
Like running off a
cliff. Blow up the field.
I don't even know. So anyway, that is tonight. First pitch out of the box, 3-game series, 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Also tonight with LSU, game 1 for the basketball Tigers at the SEC tournament. They've been waiting all week to get there. Tournament started on Wednesday with 1 game, a bunch of games yesterday, including the teams that were trying to play to get to LSU.
Yeah, depending on who won yesterday, depended on who would decide who LSU would play today. And I believe
Ole Miss.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big game to watch today. What time do they tip off?
I think it's 8 o'clock. You can find it at SEC Network. Unless you're catching the road real quick.
Or you're in Nashville.
Heading out.
And you bought a ticket.
Exactly right.
If
you're joining us. Right, exactly. If you're watching us from that part of the world, enjoy the show.
Yeah.
If not, SEC Network, 8 o'clock. We'll see. Ole Miss is a team that right now is not one of the last 4 out, but maybe among the last 8 out when we talk about potential bracketology in the NCAA tournament. So they are really playing for the NCAA tournament lives. They need these wins. LSU doesn't necessarily need to win this game to get into the NCAA tournament. Beating this team doesn't really help them anyway. But losing to them actually may hurt them as far as seeding. So it's just it's a tough game to be in. So LSU has to go into this with the right mindset. Has to. This is a team they should be able to beat.
Yeah.
Will they get it done? We'll see tonight.
Well, boot up, and we hope so.
Boot up. I like
it.
There you go.
Quick mention.
Yeah.
Just because you said it, it was a big deal. LSU softball.
That's right.
Yeah, they're playing tonight too, but not at home.
Not at home. They're on the road at Tennessee, 22nd ranked Tennessee, and so Tennessee, right? SEC opponent. This is the first series of the SEC season.
Wow.
We've gotten to that point, and so here we go with the SEC season about ready to get going. And actually, at this point next week, we'll be talking about gymnastics at the SEC championship.
It's crazy to think that we're already at that point. I feel like this year's just started.
Yeah, I know. I know. Southern women also moving through their SWAC tournament. Southern men lost yesterday to Grambling, so their season coming to an end. But the Southern women still alive.
Their highlights were just cool to watch. Matt put the story together, but they were just
they're on.
Baskets yesterday.
Yeah, just buckets. So lots going on. If you have nothing to do, I'm sure you can find something to do just with all that. But there are other ways that you can find something to do.
WAFB Plus. This is the best place for you to find out exactly what is going on in our part of the world, what's happening in our community, what sports to look out for, and, of course, what to do this weekend. Our Louisiana Weekend reporter, Kylie Myers, has all the awesome foods, all the events, all the live musics, all the things you can do to explore in a COVID-safe world.
Yep. 3 o'clock every Friday right here on WAFB Plus. If you're watching any one of these, or obviously on YouTube as well. Just the ability to figure out what's going on is kind of awesome, and to have it in one place to be like, where do I go? What do I do? What can I do? Where can I have it?
Start your research here.
Yeah, this is good. That's exactly right. Research. Obviously, Shark Talk on Wednesdays, Asian Nation on Tuesdays, and 2 of us, freaks right here, every morning, 9:15.
Every morning.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. And speaking of, you'll see us freaks in the future as we spring forward in time on Monday, again at 9:15.
I guess that's the timing, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes.
I guess if we don't change the clock, it'll be weird.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be time traveling.
We'll work on
Maybe that's the invention to it.
Maybe that's what we need to figure out this weekend.
We can make a lot of money doing
gonna be a
this.
busy
We'll see.
weekend.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Busy weekend indeed.
All right, so next time into the studio, 9 News at noon.
That's it.
Until then, AFB.com and the 9 News app as always.
All righty. In the meantime, have a good weekend. We'll see you soon.
Beep, beep.